You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
There's growing pressure on the Labour government to reconsider its pledge to scrap youth rates of the minimum wage, especially as the number of young people out of work or education continues to climb sharply. According to a new report by the Resolution Foundation, the number of 16 to 24-year-olds who are not in education, employment, or training, often referred to as NEETs, has risen by an alarming 195,000 in just 2 years, reaching 940,000. And if this trend continues, that number could soon cross 1 million for the first time since 2012. Before last year's general election, Labour had promised to abolish what it called discriminatory, lower wage rates for younger workers. The idea was to ensure that everyone, regardless of age, would be paid at least the same national minimum wage. Chancellor Rachel Reeves even began implementing that plan through a phased approach announced in the autumn budget. In April this year, the minimum wage for 18 to 20-year-olds saw a big jump, up 16.3% to £10 an hour. Meanwhile, for those aged 21 and over, the rate increased by just 6.7% to £12.21 an hour. But the Resolution Foundation has warned that continuing down this path could have unintended consequences. The concern is that higher youth wage rates might actually price young people out of entry-level jobs, especially in a sluggish economy where businesses are already feeling the strain. The think tank urged Reeves to be cautious, emphasizing that equalizing the minimum wage too quickly might worsen youth unemployment rather than help it. Experts say that Britain is now facing one of its toughest youth employment challenges since the pandemic. Business leaders, too, have raised concerns, pointing out that the combination of higher wages, changes in employment rules, and a £25 billion hike in employer national insurance contributions last year has made it harder for companies to hire young workers. Adding to the complexity, the Resolution Foundation noted that rising rates of illness and disability among young people are also contributing to the surge in NEETs. The share of those inactive due to sickness or disability has more than doubled since 2005, now making up over a quarter of all NEETs. Interestingly, the reasons for being out of work have shifted over time. 2 decades ago, many young women were NEET because of family care duties, but that's now fallen dramatically, making unemployment the main factor for both genders. In response, the government says it's taking action. Reeves recently announced a new youth guarantee at the Labour conference in Liverpool, promising that every young person will have access to education, training, or a pathway to employment. Several pilot programs, called Trailblazer schemes, are already being rolled out in 8 English regions to help young adults get back on track. Still, experts like Louise Murphy from the Resolution Foundation warn that more needs to be done. She stressed that unless the government doubles down on helping young people re-enter work or education, a generation could slip into long-term hardship and lower living standards. As the debate continues, the balance between fair pay and accessible opportunities for young workers remains one of the most delicate economic questions facing labor today. Stay subscribed for more videos.